It's Micronics time. Why do I do this to myself? Yeah, no, here it is. It's Tiger Heli. Published by Acclaim. Developed by Micronics. It's got that little Taito thingy there, you know. Presumably because Taito were probably the original creators of the arcade game, but who needs Taito when we've got Micronics, you know? Yeah, player one ready? You bet I am for some Micronics jank. Oh yeah, that... I'm gonna tell you right now, this screams Micronics. Look at just the, look at the frame rate. Look at how sluggish everything maneuvers. It's just, you know, it's not perfect. Oh, so apparently, destroying the civilians' houses actually, provides you with additional points, so you literally do just go around and destroy everything. There's no finesse here. Behold, the only NES game where you are actively rewarded for committing war crimes. We knew that there would be one eventually. We've had some developers themselves commit war crimes by releasing some very questionable video games. But now it's our turn. Okay, the turbo button doesn't do anything in this game. Just doesn't quite work out. I did, in fact, get shot at point blank. So, hooray. We got that going for us. Anyway, what are we going to talk about with Tiger Heli? Probably not a lot. As far as I can see, it's probably going to be exactly what you're seeing for the next hour. I don't see this as being a game that will pull out all the stops. I don't see it as a game that will do something that blows your mind. I see this as a very simple little production that will more or less attempt one trick. And I don't know if it's going to be something that is necessarily entirely worth anybody's time. You know, I said it before, I do enjoy shmups despite not being particularly skilled at them, but that doesn't automatically mean that all shmups are good. Like, yeah, an average one like Tiger Heli is probably better than a terrible platformer, but it still doesn't mean that it's, you know, necessarily completely worth one's time. Alright, we're collecting bombs. Don't know what the little first aid symbol got us. It didn't get us any more lives, so it's a little nerve-wracking. Yeah, destroy these planes before they can take off. Although, it's Tiger Heli and it's Micronics, so there's pretty much no chance they would have actually taken off anyway. They're purely window dressing, you know? We're used to stuff like that. Although I will say, oh, there's the flicker in the upper left-hand corner. I was going to say, there's notably less flicker than I tend to see with Micronics titles, but, well, then it just immediately showed up again. I thought, well, it had to happen. Like, our shadow is flickering, the tank... Oh, yeah, that tank's going out. Yeah, alright. I thought that things were looking okay, but... You know... if you're Micronics and you gotta make a video game, you have a few boxes that you gotta tick. It's gotta have the most god-awful frame rate you've ever seen, and it's gotta feature an immense amount of sprite flicker. If you don't have those two things, you're not a real Micronics game. Ooh. Alright, we deserved that, you know? And there is no continue button or anything, as far as I can see. Is there a continue code? I don't know, maybe. If there is, I don't know it. Don't exactly actively search for those kinds of things. And obviously, this is also the kind of game where you really don't need any kind of instructions. Okay, I think that we can take like one hit like that, and then we just kind of spit stuff out everywhere. Ah! Okay. But no, it's a simple concept. The biggest problem being it's very difficult to dodge anything, really. Well, it's not difficult to dodge. I shouldn't say that, because really the dodging is very straightforward. But once a bullet starts coming at you, you got to decide if you're going to dodge the bullet or if you're going to destroy the enemy sometimes. If you try to do both, well, you've seen what happens to me. You're a dead man. Made it out alive this time. That's like the one hit we can take. Now I'm wondering, if we pick up one of those little like first aid boxes, is that gonna replenish the one hit we can take? Or is it going to ruin us? It's not gonna ruin us. It's not gonna do anything negative, I don't think. I guess it's possible, you know, nothing is guaranteed. Okay, yeah, we get behind these boys. Okay, they hit me. So I think that did work the way I thought it did. I can't remember picking up a first aid box though, so I don't really know. I'm spitballing, I'm speculating. Yes, I know, I just said, it's a game so simple that you don't need the manual, but you know, getting little tips as to what those various things do might help you a little bit. Ah, okay, okay, and it's gone. I got real excited there because I found out that if you just drive over those little tiny helicopters, they power you up. But as in 1942, they can be just as easily removed from your life as they can be added to it. So, what a tragic day this is. What have you been up to? I've just been, you know, engaging in some very intelligent Facebook discussions that result in an appalling amount of ad hominem. What else is new, right? That's the way of the world, man. Alright. Got some more forward firepower here. I think the side firepower would have been very nice to have with that other helicopter that we found, but I'll take a little bit of extra spice going forward as well. You know, just lets us paint a bigger picture with a wider brush. Let's just hope that we don't lose this helicopter immediately. That is certainly a possibility. See, I managed to dodge that. I feel good. By good, I mean I feel, you know, alright. I feel like that's the minimum amount that should be expected. And hey, we actually beat the level this time. Look at that. With lives to spare, you have no bomb and one little heli. Bonus, 5,000 points. Well, thanks. Thanks for letting me know that I've done a good thing here. Alright, now I got an aircraft carrier. You know, so far, this is not the worst Micronics thing you'll... This is not the worst Micronics thing that you'll ever experience. It's just, you know... I've already told you, it's got those classic Micronics pieces that all just kind of fit together to create a very questionable overall thing. Like, look at this. Look at that. You are not dropping frames in your video. That's just how it looks. Like, that's how it legitimately is. Alright, you know, I was gonna say, give me something. Yeah, get us a little heli. No! Yeah. That was immediately an issue with the sprite flicker again, you know, everything was flickering so badly I couldn't see where the incoming bullets were. You might say, wow, cope a little more, man. I'd say, I will. But look at that, I was gonna say it's another one, but then we got shot directly in the face, so... And then we game over. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Alright. Let's try this again. Get comfy, because you're gonna be seeing a lot of this screen right here. This is gonna be your bread and butter for a little bit. So what else is going on, you might ask? You know, making progress in the Halo 2 campaign. Only get a little bit of time every night to play, you know. I do an hour of this, gotta eat dinner, spend some time with my wife every now and then, you know, be an actually good husband. I'm not complaining, by the way. I'm not saying like, oh, I don't get enough time to play, woe is me. No, no, no. Far be it from me to make that claim. I think I get the lion's share compared to many other people my age with much more advanced aspirations than I. Do I always want wartime? Sure, but, you know, balance it a little bit, you know? Gotta do some other things with your time, too. Or else the sweetness will go away. What's that they say? A spoonful of sugar will make you sick. Yeah. Okay, so the turbo button does work, but at a very slow pace, which makes it, you heard it right, not worth using. Oh, I thought I wouldn't have gotten it. I didn't see any turrets pointed at me, but it must have snapped to me at just the right point. You know, it's fine. That's an example of me getting greedy. And that's an example of just something awful happening. So it turns out you can't fly up to that like top third of the screen like I thought you could. I thought I'd be able to dodge those bullets by going up a little bit further, but no, you've kind of got a lock in terms of how high up you can go. So that's a little unfortunate. That's unfortunate. What do we got now? We got the same thing. I don't know what kind of question that is. You know, I don't know what I'm trying to get through in my brain hole here. By the way, if your brain is a hole, get it checked out. That's it's not exactly where you want to be in the old cranium. Cute. I like how that little tank just decided to avoid me like a coward. That tank pilot, that's the same kind of guy who gets called out on something kind of embarrassing in the middle of an argument and then stops talking about the argument because he realizes that he has already lost. He's been exposed, and he's no longer here for it. Still not sure what the little red dots to the right of my helicopter are. Sorry, to the right of my Tiger Heli. Alright. Extra bomb for me. Yeah. Not like I've been using the bombs, you know. Probably something you should get used to using. But I have that problem in pretty much any video game I play, you know. I should use certain power-ups more than I do. But I always want to save them for when I need them, even though I need them all the time. Well, whatever that was, it's gone. Oh, it's back. I don't know what it is, but it makes a little beep. Maybe that's a bomb. No. Okay, so, because I got two things on the lower right-hand corner. I got two things on either side of me here. Okay, so that was a bomb that I just used. I still don't know what that is on the lower right-hand corner, though. That's still a little bit of a mystery to me. It's alright. We got our boy Minicopter. Maybe the bottom right is what, maybe you have to collect a certain amount of those and then that'll spawn you a little red mini? I don't know. It's a pure assumption! And I died. Don't gotta narrate that. you can figure that out for yourself. But you know, I figure I'll do you a solid and give you full radio feedback there. Okay, we now have 3. And that's the end of the level. With 2 bombs this time, so we might get some bonus points for that. But no mini heli. You have 2 bombs and no little heli. Bonus 10,000 points. Which was definitely enough to put me over the extra life threshold. So if you want points, don't use your bombs. If you're confident that you can survive without using them, and you want to get some free money for it, go for it. I know, the points are not a currency. You cannot exchange them. You cannot exchange them for anything. These boats are kind of a major problem. Yeah. Waiting to get behind them is complicated. I still don't know why I sometimes... Wait, did they shoot? They shot the bomb that was on my right side, and that's why it exploded. Okay. It's alright, we now have 4 red squares. We're getting closer and closer to the prize. What prize, you ask? Good question. Thank you. Okay. Double little heli. I don't know how to destroy this thing, or if you can, I think you could really just avoid that, because it doesn't appear to be taking any damage. Oh, come on. Red square. Yeah, on my 7th red square, you know, for whatever that's worth. I'm admittedly not sure. I didn't even realize that my right little heli is gone, so, you know, pouring one out for my boy, the ultimate wingman. That was the helicopter that introduced me to my wife, you know. He was a good friend, but he's dead now, so all we can do is get over it, I suppose. This is definitely a new high score, though, which is, as you might imagine, a positive thing in my life. 8 red squares, that's right. Don't make no mistake. Pressing select does nothing, so okay, that doesn't really correlate with the red squarification. They gotta be useful for something, though, right? Just destroying the first aid thing spawn a mini, because I've noticed that it has the past couple times, and I don't know if that's sheer coincidence or something else. Okay, yeah, that one did not spawn a little mini helicopter, so perhaps it was definitely sheer coincidence. Alright. We're making it, though. If I can make it to level 3 with a full suite like this, I'm gonna feel like a dandy lad. And look at that. As far as I know, we made it. Unless something terrible comes off screen to ruin my entire life, which, you know, could happen, I suppose. But what do we... 2 bombs and 2 little helis. That's another 20,000 points from me. Thank you. It's not going to be enough for an extra life, because I know how these games go. Yeah, I don't know when it plans on giving me another life, but I think I've earned one at this point, quite frankly. Oh well, you know, begging never got you what you wanted, unless you're throwing a tantrum to a person who works in service, and then their job requires them to give you something. May I say, that is, I try not to be all like, oh, we live in a society about things, but if there's one thing that I really do, really dislike about the state of American society that has been cultivated is that, if you want something, just scream about it. scream to your server about it, scream to the manager about it, just throw a tantrum and you'll get what you want. And you know what? They're not going to ask you to not come back. You'll just show up again and then they'll know, oh, that's the person who just screams to get what they want. And you keep doing it and it keeps working. I detest that. I wish people would be passively rewarded for being pleasant to deal with. Because if you say, oh, it's not a problem, it's fine, they're not gonna give you anything. You're not gonna get a gift card, you're not gonna get 50% off, they're not gonna comp your meal, which, I mean, obviously, I'm not expecting anyone to comp your meal. I'm not even expecting anything for being nice, because being nice just means being nice. You shouldn't have to expect something for doing the right thing and being kind to people around you. I'm not saying, oh, if I'm nice to a server, then give me everything that you would give to the person who's mean to the server. No, I'm saying, don't give the person who's mean to the server anything in the first place. That's more what my point is here. I'm not saying, woe is me, I'm not getting free stuff because I'm such a nice guy. Tip Fedora. I'm just saying, you know, stop rewarding the garbage habits that the more juvenile of us have insisted on adopting. I don't think that that's such a radical ask, but, you know, given the state of customer service, it's clear that I'm very obviously in the minority. Apparently that is fairly radical, because we keep doing it. Just, you know, I guess be nice to the people who are serving you. Whether you're literally being served by a server or a server-adjacent role. Look at this, shooting off to the right. That's pretty fancy. Shooting off to the left, rather, that other direction. I am now missing one bomb, which will, you know, make me feel sad in the world of high scores, but who cares, you know? I just want to live. I just want to see more things. That's what we're doing here. I know. Nice segue from talking about treating people in the service industry right to whatever I was just talking about. It's all right. That's the whole point here. You know, ooh, I think maybe you have to shoot. Yeah. Okay. I see what's going on with those. Next time I see one, I'm gonna put my theory into action, and then I'll explain what I have just done to you. Well, I haven't done anything to you. Sorry, I will explain to you what it is that I have attempted. I just gotta, you know, make it in one piece to another one of those little first aid buckets. Okay, well, everything's gone. Everything that I've ever worked for in my entire life is destroyed and dead and buried. I get no bonus points. I do not pass go. I do not collect 200. But I still have all my lives intact, so that's probably worth its weight in, at the very least, like, topaz. You have no bomb and no little heli. No bonus. Wow. Be a little ruder. At least they do restock your bombs, so. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing very little reason to offload your bombs before you have to now. Knowing that they explode when you get shot, or at the very least you can try to tank a bullet with them. Oh, the boats are here. And I died. Those boats, they are treacherous. If I had a little helicopter that would shoot off to the right, it'd be much easier to deal with. I have no little helicopters on me at the present moment, though. Oh, there goes one bomb. Actually, there goes both my bombs. Yeah, I'm a bombless boy. I did get one more extra life, though. Yeah. What a jam. I mean, you know, better than the 1942 soundtrack, I suppose. Oh, so yes. I failed to shoot the plus when it was solid, and as such, nothing spawned. Ah, but there, it was a solid gray, so look what I get. Myself a nice little mini helicopter, and you can destroy that thing. All right, now we know. Give me some more of these. Why? I don't know. I just want them. Why? I want to die. Maybe I'll be able to see what happens if you reach 10. That is an extra life. Okay, so that's all those are. That's, you know, it's like a long-term extra life plan. Oh, I wanted to spawn the green helicopter. I wanted to see what it did. I'm gonna cry to the manager to get a free green helicopter. Actually, this game is not bad. I know I got all down and out about it being Micronics, and it is a little janky, but it is actually still, you know, pretty fun. I'm gonna put that on Taito for just initially developing what is probably a rock-solid arcade game. That's right, I refuse to give credit to the people who are in charge of this port. Call me Petty, but don't call me Tom. Because that's not my name. Oh no, okay, that spawns a bomb. Okay. That's what the green does. It doesn't give you a green helicopter, it gives you a bomb. Which can be helpful, but I don't know, I may have wanted the... Oh. Yeah, I wanted the red helicopter so I can shoot off to the left of me. If I can get another one of these, then... Well... We're not gonna get another one of those. Let me just put it that way. Oh, I was gonna say spawn me lower. Oh, okay. What happens if we pick up a third bomb? Nothing. I see. Although we just lose both of our bombs. We're not doing anything particularly impressive at the moment here. Not gonna sugarcoat that. We have no little heli. We have no bombs. If we make it to the end of this level, we will have no bonus. That's just the way it goes, you know. But well, you know, we'll die instead. But at least we do end with 2 bombs because we died, so hooray, I think. You have 2 bombs and no little heli. Bonus 10,000 points. Thanks. I'll try not to spend it all in one place. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Yeah, I don't think I actually have made it to stage 3 because I don't... No, I did. Yes, I have made it here. Now that I see the runway. Give me little minis. I want a second red. Ah! I'll never get a second red. I keep perishing. You know, that is definitely the downside to getting the red helicopter is, you know, they can't really defend anything in front of them. They'll just die outright. 74,000, not as good as our 88,000. Make no mistake. It's because we got so many bonus points on those previous runs, you know? Yeah. An average production overall, you know. Nearly passable music. And even, yeah, nothing that you're gonna actively seek any kind of, like, bizarre automaton covers on YouTube of. You're never gonna hear a Tiger Heli automaton cover. What's an automaton, you ask? It's those little goofy instruments that you put your finger up and down the neck, and then you squeeze them to make their little mouths open, and they go... I know, very descriptive. You can thank me later. They're pretty cheap. I think Amazon sells them for like 20 bucks or something like that if you want to give Bezos your money, which I've been trying not to do lately. I've been spending less and less on Amazon. Don't have Prime anymore. I needed some cables. I ordered them from some cable place. A little more expensive. They charged more on shipping. But I thought, no. I don't need to fuel the Amazon machine. You could say that's just me being fake woke, and I'd say, sure is. Remember, that's the only way that you can combat ad hominem is to just agree with whatever the person is saying. If the person is trying to debase one of your opinions by making you sound like the idiot, just accept it. Just be like, yeah. They'll be so shocked that you didn't get frustrated with them that they'll just kind of carry on. Alright. Again, we gotta protect our little red boy because he cannot shoot in front of himself, so we gotta be clever with our dodges. Destroy these little fuel tanks, you know, get yourself some points, I suppose. I'd just love to get a second one because I think it would look funny. To just be shooting in every cardinal direction except down. Oh, it's my chance. You didn't get destroyed! Let's go! I knew I could do it. Well, one's gone, but, you know, I briefly had it, and good God, the sprite flickering is on, full blast when that happens. It might still, honestly, be more worth just, getting multiple gray helicopters and just, you know, shooting a giant wall of bullets straight in front of you. If nothing else, it would be more consistent. All right. You have one little bomb and a bonus 5,000 points. Wow, thanks. Thanks for thinking about me. Thanks for giving it a shot. You gave me a little bit of a Christmas bonus, you know. I didn't change the way that the company worked or anything, but I brought in a nice client that's been improving the business outlook, so you thought it was worth giving me a little something extra so I could feed my wonderful family something more than Hormel ham. And I guess I can appreciate the gesture in this capitalistic hellhole that we do live in. Oh ho! You decry capitalism, yet you purchase things! We've been over this discussion in a prior episode. You can be critical of something while participating in it. You can be critical of society while participating in society. As far as I know, there's no way to just not participate in society. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you found some, like, super... some super hidden method of completely avoiding interacting with anybody else in the world, and I've just never known about it. It's called being a hermit, I suppose. Really bad chained deaths here. What have I said about chained deaths in the past? Oh yeah, they're not good and you shouldn't do them. Okay, well, instead we're just gonna chain as many deaths as we possibly can together, you know? It's approximately how you should play the game. My outlook on this run was okay until this point. I'm glad I figured out how the power-ups work at least. Is it possible to salvage this run? Absolutely. It's always possible to salvage a run. Unless you're going for like a world record speed run and you missed a trick that would save you like an hour and you can't retry it. Then maybe then you have officially run into something that you cannot salvage. But you know, now we're just creating the most extreme possible cherry-picked examples to try to prove myself wrong. It's been a little difficult on the way that things operate, don't you think? You don't have to agree. But it would be an odd thing indeed to argue that. Alright. 2 bombs, 2 little helis, and an absolute rain of hellfire down upon mine enemies. Yes, no more little helis are spawning. That confirms you can have a maximum of 2. You can't just keep keep amassing a veritable armada of helicopters, although that would make for a much cooler game. You dropped the ball there, boys. I want my big bonus. Let me land. Bring me in, Captain. Or crunchitize me, Captain. Whatever it is you say to captains. I suppose it would depend entirely on what the captain is the captain of. If he is a captain of Crunch, then yes, you would say crunchitize me. If he was a captain of a whaling boat, you would call him Captain Ahab. I almost said you would call him Ishmael, but I'm pretty sure that those are 2 entirely separate characters. I haven't read Moby Dick. You'll forgive me for that transgression. Far as I know, it's not that exciting of a read. Mostly a lot of very strong information on whaling techniques. So if you yourself are looking to become a whaler, which I would not recommend with the... oh, what's the term? With the environment being the way it is, yeah. Whaling, probably not recommended at this point in time. Maybe in a past life. Otherwise, yes, Moby Dick. An all-time classic, very well written. Don't read it. Far be it for me to discourage somebody from reading a book, but you know, I think, just from what I recall from a very intelligent friend of mine in high school, is that even if you yourself like books and are a relatively sharp person, there's a lot of very, well, a lot of very complicated baggage that comes along with Moby Dick. Oh no, 2 helicopters are gone! I am no longer at the top of my game. We've just gone from piloting the Double Zeta Gundam to piloting a regular Zaku. And we're gonna get absolutely shredded. Oh, you don't know exactly what model a Zaku is? You're no friend of mine then. Oh, that was a little foul. That was a foul section to try to get through. At least we spawned after it, so we don't have to try to go through it again. I'd like to reach 100k. You know, I don't want to say that too loud because that's just inviting death, honestly. Don't ever give the game a goal that you're going for, because the game will then suddenly gain sentience and do everything possible to prevent you from hitting it. But we hit it. We hit 100,000. We got another life. When I told you we could salvage this run, I wasn't just kidding around. Now, if we didn't chain so many deaths, we'd be in a considerably better position. That's just kind of basic math. Not even basic math. That's just, you know, very, very standard levels of critical thinking. But we did chain death, so as such, we're kind of skirting around by the skin of our teeth here. But we have extremely powerful tooth flesh, and as such, we are unstoppable. Okay, the jets are coming, or at least one jet decided to show up, and the rest said, we're fine. We don't want to get involved. Honestly, probably a smart decision. This one helicopter has been laying waste to your entire army, so, you know, keeping back, probably not a bad idea. And look at that, another level beaten. Only 1 helicopter, but 2 bombs, so we'll get a reasonable little bonus for our contributions to the world of warfare. Yeah, it's not the hardest game ever, you know. I had some kinks I had to iron out early on in terms of prioritizing dodging versus shooting, but I've been improving, little by little. Rome wasn't built in a day. Unless you were playing like a city building sim, then you could probably do something like that in a day if you really know-lifed it and really knew what you were doing. So really, you know, thanks to the interactive world of video games, maybe that's an outdated comparison at this point. Maybe we need to find a new metaphor for patience. Okay, it's on my right side this time. That's fine. I would have preferred to not lose the bomb and the other helicopter, but being alive is a good enough prize. So I guess I'll accept what has happened here. It's better than, you know, wallowing over that which is long gone. Ooh, you know, we didn't really want the red one, but we'll deal with it. Look at this janky setup we've got going on now. What an odd thing. I'm almost tempted to just, like, let the red one tank a shot, because I'd really prefer to... Yeah, there we go. I'd really prefer to have a gray one. The reds, they seem good on paper, but they seem really, really difficult to properly utilize. You know, like, one of those things where you might just get yourself in trouble because you're trying to big brain it a little too intensely. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. Oh, so these things can shoot you from any angle. That's what has been proven to me today. Okay. Guess what though? We're gonna spawn past that. Just like we did in the last level. You like that? We're still in it. Things are looking a little more dire, but we are still in it. Never say never unless you're saying the phrase never say never, because you've just said never twice. Thank you. Little helicopters, extremely advantageous. As has been proven time and time again in this game. You know, I might actually be enjoying this more than Stinger. I think Stinger is a more lovingly crafted game, and certainly, you know, runs better. But I think this is just kind of more fun. Like, again, I said it while I was playing it. Shoot. Well, there goes that run. 141k, not bad. But I think Stinger is a little too busy. It's a little too bright and everything is happening all at the same time. And I think that kind of works to its disadvantage. I'm not calling it a bad game, but I'm also not calling Tiger Heli a bad game, so you can't be like, oh, if you think Tiger Heli might be more fun than Stinger, then that means that you think Stinger's a bad game because you think Tiger Heli's a bad game. It's like, no, I think Tiger Heli's a janky game. As far as Micronics games go, though, it's actually maybe the best one of the bunch that I've played by them. Maybe they are learning. I say this, but we still have Akari Warriors 2 on the horizon, and I know how bad that game is because I own it. So don't think that I've suddenly just decided to get a soft spot for Micronics and think, oh, maybe they can pull it out. No. I've already told you, this game still has its issues. Playing the original arcade version, I'm sure would be much, much better, because it would run better, probably sound better, undoubtedly look better. Name me one NES arcade port that looks better than the arcade original. Pretty sure it's impossible. I don't think they exist. So, dying in level 1? Lol. Imagine doing that. Just imagine. What kind of insignificant amount of non-skill you would have to die in level 1. Don't even talk to me if you've died in level 1. That means I can no longer comment this episode because all of the commentary is in fact having a conversation with myself, and I've already told myself to not have a conversation with myself, so sorry, you get silence from here on out. Ooh. Alright. That is, I'd argue maybe the trickiest screen of level 1. Oh, but if it's the trickiest, why did you die earlier and not there? Ooh, you got me, stupid voice in my head that finds the dumbest way to rationalize everything. However, mini helicopter gang, rise up. Yeah, and you know, I just kind of ran into a brick wall. I thought, what should I say now? I thought, I've said everything. There's nothing else to talk about. All words have been discussed, except we have not talked about the trade value of Namibia. So, you know, maybe we haven't exhausted all of the conversations yet. But quite frankly, none of you want to hear about that, and I don't know enough to talk about it. I don't know what the foreign trade situation in countries in the southern half of Africa happens to be. And say, "Ooh, weird flex, man, trying to prove that you know what Namibia is." And I say, "Yeah, that's right, I do, and I can even point it out on a map." How's that for an even stranger flex? What am I doing? People don't say weird flex anymore. That is an outdated idiom. People no longer discuss the oddity levels of one's flicks. Look at that. A full 20,000 points. You can't stop it. You can run from it and you can hide from it, but it will catch you and it will find you. And now the turbo doesn't work again. The turbo's inconsistent. It never works well in this game, but I thought, let's see if something changes when we get a bunch of little helicopter boys. The fact is, no, nothing at all changes. No! Okay, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's not where I want to be. We have lost literally everything. That, boy, that is a hell of a way to start this level off. Those boats coming up from the bottom, it's harsh. It really genuinely is. Like, that is legitimately hard to get by. Imagine if you had a red helicopter shooting right, you'd be in much better shape. But I don't have the brain power to think that far ahead. Okay, so now we just try to survive a little bit, and we can fortunately pretty much immediately get a gray boy back within our power. When we did, we survived it. We made it there. We got, and then we got shot. Either one of them could have tanked it, but we instead got the worst possible outcome. Now, yes, we do immediately get another extra life right here, courtesy of that little trio. You know, very strategically placed. Thank you, whoever's responsible for that. Whether that's a Taito original bit or a Micronics bit, I don't care. Thank you, whoever, for slapping that there. And we're not that worse off. Losing a life, you know, that's never a good thing. You never want to lose a life. You're never saying, "Oh boy, I can't wait to die right now." Unless maybe you have just a miserable, miserable life and you say that in real life, and I say, "Hey, we get better." Probably. You know, I'm a firm believer in being a realist, and well, that sucked. And if you talk to anybody about me, probably nobody would ever bother defining me as an optimist. Far be it from that to be said, but at the same time, there is a little bit of truth to your general attitude dictating the general course that your life takes. I say a lot of doom and gloom things, I will not deny it, but if you're insistent that nothing will ever improve, then that means that you personally will not take the steps needed to potentially improve things when those steps do make themselves known. Say you're given a good opportunity and you say, "Well, it won't help anyway," and then you just decide to not take it. That is obviously your own attitude preventing you. Oh, great. Alright, well, this is gonna be interesting. But yeah, that's your own attitude preventing you from improving your own life in some capacity. Now, if things are bad, I'm not saying, oh, start saying that they're great. Start lying to yourself, and then it'll be better. No, no, no. Far be it from me to claim that. I'm a negative Nancy more often than I'm a positive possum. We'll put it that way. But don't let being stubbornly negative get in the way of actually improving things. One bomb, one helicopter. You know, we'll at least get AA bonus of some sort. $10,000 points. As I suspected, it's 5,000 points per add-on that you have. How can you confuse that? We get 10 more minutes of Tiger Heli. And you know what? I'm actually impressed. I was expecting something a little less playable than what I got. That's a good end game, you know. I don't gotta tell you that. You can deduce that with your own logic in your own head. Yeah, there we go. I actually wanted you to destroy that for me, you know, shed a little bit of the excess fat off of my helicopter. The red one, it served its purpose, maybe. I have no proof that it did do anything, but... Oh no! And then we just get another bomb! That was heavily botched. I was hoping I could have come out of there with multiple gray minis. It didn't happen. Got kind of the opposite of that. And now I get a red. Sue me. Guess I'll die. I'd love to make it to 100,000 again, just, you know, for the sole purpose of cracking the, that extra life threshold, giving us just a tiny bit more of a chance. If I could run this run up until the end of the video time, that would be good. I'm not confident that it'll happen that way, but, you know, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not. Ah, from that not-so-classic Steve Carell movie where he plays a weirdo. I know. Which one, right? Wow, so the bombs do not even one-hit kill these things. We did get our extra life. And, okay, there's an extra bomb. Would have preferred a helicopter, but, you know... Again, we are alive. Same can't be said for a lot of people out there. You know, believe it or not, the majority of people in human history are actually dead. Could have fooled me. I know a lot of living people, frankly, so I don't know where all these supposed dead people are coming from, but apparently that's the way of the world or something like that. Look at that. Knew he was there. Shot him before his sprite even appeared. Just saw the whites of his eyes and I said, you're down. Or, you're going down. Yeah, that's how the cool badass saying goes. Speaking of cool badass stuff, why does every action game, like, made after a movie suck? I'm talking the newest Rambo video game, which isn't new anymore. It came out like a decade ago. It was garbage. The Expendables? Awful. Terminator video games? I don't know. They're probably not good either. Admittedly, I haven't played any, but I don't hear people talk about them, so... Although there was a super old Terminator game that actually does kind of go down in history as being one of the earliest first-person shooters, or proto-first-person shooters, so, you know, I'll give it that, I guess. The point is, though, action video games that accompany movies should not be difficult to make. But that's the problem, I think, is that the assumption is that they aren't, and as such, no care is put into them. They're like, come on, how much effort is this really going to take? Just give it to whatever owned studio we have lying around that isn't doing anything. And then that's how they turn out bad, I suppose. So no, maybe we need to convince game developers that action games based on pre-existing properties are actually exceptionally difficult to make, and then they'll say, oh crap, we gotta get our A-team on this. Of course, they wouldn't listen because they'd realize that I am literally just some dude who plays video games on YouTube as a hobby, and they would say, well, he has no data to back that up. I'd say, that may be true, but how about you listen to me anyway? You know, just for the sake of trying something a little weird out. I'll be one of those guys that's like, oh, YouTuber gets hired by big company X to consult on this project, and then 3 months later you hear, YouTuber quit consulting job because everyone was mean. No, I would not do well in the game dev world. The amount of crunch they have to deal with, I'll tell you what, I do not work under crunch. I don't even take overtime. If there's like basic levels of overtime, I will never take it. I never have taken it. The second my shift is done, I'm done. That's why I don't work particularly hard to get a nice exempt salaried position. Everyone expects you to, you know, just pick up your phone when you're no longer working. They're like, whoa, 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 hey, we got a panic moment here. Everything is falling apart. And you're like, don't care. I'm eating pizza rolls. Leave me alone. And really, that's how it should be. But no, that's another thing that society has a little bit of an issue with. And it's not even that bad in America. It's way worse in like Japan and places like that, where, you know, hey, your job's your life, man. Nothing is more important than your job. It's like, hey, not true. Almost everything is more important than your job. I mean, what do you do in your job? You make someone else richer. I guess you do make yourself richer as well by virtue of being paid, but man, this run has been okay, actually. I'm gonna run out of time before I can really finish it or anything, but I don't like these enemies, though. They are a bit tough. Yep. It's okay, we still have a life left. Okay, well, there's an immediate waste of the bomb. Okay. Oh, what a terrible way to end it. Oh, that should have made it till the full hour. But I do think that was a high score. Yes, that was a high score. Good feelings. Well, I guess we'll watch 2 more minutes of the first level, because you probably haven't had enough of the first level. But no, once those big juggernaut things show up, stuff gets real fast. Real fast. Yes, that's what I intended to say. Things become quick. You got me this time. You get me every time. What can I say? I can't get anything past you. I will say, it's kind of clever to have all the like inanimate houses and stuff to blow up in the first level. You know, gives kind of just that natural tutorial-y feeling of, hey, you can blow things up. Shoot them, please. Without throwing too many actual enemies on the screen. It's just retro game design 101, baby. Always spawns at the last second when I've given up on him. Like, I know he's there now. I've gone through this level enough, but you know, he still tricks me. Made it through that just fine too. So look at this, relatively clean. Would that I have time to continue. Dare I say, we could be looking down the gun of a spicy run. Except, you know, then I do something like that and instantly lose my spaghetti. Spaghetti has been recovered though, you know. Don't forget, if you need extra bombs and you're full up on little mini helicopters, You can absolutely get bombs from those power-up boxes. It's so easy to forsake the concept of bombs, but don't do it. They're necessary to a healthy diet. It's time. That's Tiger Heli. Like I said, I'm actually really surprised that it was that fun and that decent. Could have fooled me. Well done, Micronics. It's probably the worst version of the game that there is, but you know, it's still a perfectly playable game. Yeah, it looks like it was originally published by Taito in Japan and Romstar in North America, but who originally developed it? Toplan. Well, I don't even think I've heard of them. So good job, Toplan. I'm gonna give you the credit on this one. Tomorrow, we get a fairly neutered version of Winter Games, which was a absolute classic in the home computer market. Things such as the Commodore 64, the Atari ST, all of those, you know. But we are playing, alas, the NES port, which, if I am remembering correctly, is actually straight up missing content. And is not a very good version, which is a shame because otherwise Winter Games is, like I said, it's a classic. But we'll be playing the not so classic version tomorrow. Join me for Winter Games. As always, thank you for watching and have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you then.